Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Whitney Ward.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Mark Hanrahan. First up tonight, 56 more inmates at Geiger Corrections Center in Airway Heights have tested positive for COVID-19.
10 inmates at the Spokane County Jail have also tested positive tonight. New protocols now go into place at both of those jails, including weekly testing for staff and bi-weekly testing for inmates. They are also starting an isolation floor for positive inmates to stay for 10 days, and a quarantine area will be set up for all exposed inmates to isolate for 14 days. And we've also learned at Airway Heights Corrections Center there have been 537 new coronavirus cases reported since last Monday.
Meantime, 7 members of the Spokane Health Advisory Council are taking a stand against Health District Administrator Amelia Clark.
Now, they say they resigned from those positions because of Clark's actions relating to the firing of former health officer Dr. Bob Lutz. KREM 2's Amanda Rowley shares what their concerns are tonight.
At least 7 of the 13 members on the Spokane Health Advisory Council are stepping down. We talked to 2 of them today, Dr. Brian Henning from Gonzaga and Dr. Michael Dunn with ESD 101.
The real clear event that is at stake here was the forced removal of health officer Dr. Bob Lutz.
Both say they resigned due to a lack of confidence in the Spokane Regional Health District Administrator Amelia Clark, along with her involvement in firing Dr. Bob Lutz.
In their online board meeting, Ms. Clark referenced me and something that I said without checking with me in advance to say she was going to do that, and using that as part of a reason to fire Dr. Bob Lutz is something that I felt at the time and I continue to feel is professionally reprehensible.
The Board of Health formed the Advisory Council in 2018 when Dr. Lutz was health officer. All 13 members have worked closely with him. Their purpose is to advise the health officer on challenges they've observed in the community. Dr. Henning says without Dr. Lutz, the council feels uncertain about decisions moving forward.
It seems that the health board is more interested in finding somebody that's compliant than it is to find somebody who is willing to speak frankly to the community.
Why now?
I decided I needed to send an email and say, I just couldn't, in good conscience, continue serving on that advisory committee, and I copied that to everybody else. And then several others, took that up and said they would like to resign and offered to write a letter, and that's sort of why it happened right now.
So you were taking a stand. You're taking a stand against Amelia Clark and the board's decision to fire Dr. Lutz.
I was taking a stand for my own integrity.
Clark responded saying she is sorry to see these members choose to discontinue their support of the district during a time when staff are working tirelessly to protect the community.
This is not about not supporting the Spokane Regional Health District, and I was very disappointed to read that, which is why I sent that direct email.
The bylaws say the health district's administrator and health officer will review and select applicants to fill the vacant positions. That's according to spokesperson Kelly Hawkins. The health district expects to begin the application process in January. Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
Today, the Spokane Regional Health District is reporting 366 new COVID-19 cases today. 603 cases were reported over the weekend. There are also 7 new deaths reported today, and 128 people are currently in our local hospitals. Today, 2 new drive-through coronavirus testing sites are now open in Spokane. Chaz Health opened a drive-through at the Spokane Arena. The site is to be open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. People who can be tested at this location include those with symptoms, direct exposure, or who work in a nursing home. Wait times can be up to 3 hours, so you'll want to fill out your paperwork beforehand online. You'll receive results within 1 to 3 days. The new site will help streamline testing in the city due to increased volumes and fixed capacity.
We've certainly seen an increase in demand for testing, and we anticipate that to continue until vaccines are widely available for individuals. We're just encouraging anybody who either has symptoms or has been directly exposed to someone with symptoms that they come on down and get tested.
Meanwhile, in Moscow, Idaho, Gritman Medical Center opened a new drive-through center as well. That's located across Highway 95 and Jackson Street, right from the hospital's main campus. The new site will offer testing for COVID as well as strep throat. It will be open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on the weekend. You do have to have a doctor's order, though, in order to be tested there. Then results will take at least 3 days to come back, though those results will be available on Gritman's patient portal.
All right, let's talk weather now. Cold and cloudy out there today with high temperatures right around freezing, but no snow, at least not much.
Well, we heard that there were a couple of flakes
Right.
flying around the South Hill. Obviously didn't amount to anything, but Tom Sherry is joining us now. Any more snow expected this week?
I think we're actually going to start out with some rain first, and that's going to arrive late tomorrow night after 11 o'clock in the evening. And then we're going to get back into more of a pattern where we can see rain and snow showers. But the rest of tonight and into tomorrow, the daytime hours should be dry. We've got that air stagnation advisory in effect for one more night. It will expire tomorrow at 10 a.m. Why is it going to expire? Because we've got that active weather system headed towards us. By the way, our air quality is still just registering moderate, so that's good news. 31 degrees right now, light breeze out of the north at 5 miles per hour. The satellite and radar picture showing lots of high clouds now pushing across the northwest, but we're not going to see the shower activity again develop until late tomorrow evening. Look for an overnight low of 29 tonight and a high of 39 tomorrow. We could even see breaks in the cloud cover on your Tuesday. So if you see that big yellow orb in the sky, that's the sun. And of course, by tomorrow night, it will get cloudy again as that rain begins to move in. Looking ahead to the weekend, I've got a chance of snow showers Saturday night into Sunday morning before it changes over to rain or a rain-snow mix. I'll check the rest of your 10-day outlook, all coming up in a few minutes.
Talk to you then, Tom. Thank you very much. Meantime, plenty of activity at the Spokane City Council meeting tonight. For one, a proposal to rename Fort George Wright Drive. That will be announced. It's not scheduled to be voted on until next week. The street runs past Spokane Falls Community College, and it's named after a brutal 19th century American general. Wright murdered numerous indigenous people in eastern Washington and was known for tactics like slaughtering hundreds of horses, burning food stores, and getting people to meet with him under the auspices of peace, only to execute them. For Native students at Spokane Falls, the road's name is a reminder of those horrors. And now the city seems likely to rename the road Wistox Way after a Spokane woman who fought Wright.
It's honoring warrior women of Wistox generation, but also now how far Native American women and all women have come as leaders in their communities. And to have to drive that road to get to classes, to start their careers and plan for their futures, that it can be quite devastating. And knowing that the atrocities that happened to their tribal elders and brothers and sisters, I can't imagine.
Also tonight, the council will debate amending a different resolution that should also get a final vote next week. This one deals with a possible shelter for young people experiencing homelessness. Mayor Nadine Woodward recently announced that she did not want such a shelter operating within city limits, instead wanting to find a location elsewhere in the region. But several council members are concerned if it doesn't get built, the city could lose funding dollars for that. The resolution would formally request that the city use the funds to purchase a shelter, though that's non-binding. The amendment being discussed tonight adds language about LGBTQ young people being particularly vulnerable and is also somewhat softer in its pushback toward the mayor.
Well, COVID hospitalizations continue to surge across Spokane County, and as a result, some elective surgeries are still being postponed. Coming up after the break, how area hospitals are coping and what doctors say is coming next.